Welcome back, Wheel Watchers, to your number one spot for all things Wheel of Fortune. Today we're diving deep into the incredible episode from November 29th, 2025. What a night it was. Pat and Vanna were in top form, the puzzles were tricky, and the contestants brought their agam. Let's get right into the action. First up, we met our three hopefuls. On the red podium, we had Sarah, an energetic kindergarten teacher from Austin, Texas. In the middle, at the yellow podium, was David, a retired firefighter from Chicago with a passion for baking. And rounding out the group at the blue podium was Chloe, a sharp-witted graphic designer from sunny San Diego. The energy in the studio was electric right from the start. The first toss-up was worth a quick $1,000. Under the category "What are you doing?" the letters started popping up, and almost instantly, Sarah buzzed in. Solving the puzzle, she shouted, "Correct." Just like that, Sarah was on the board with a cool grand and the right to start the first round. What a fantastic way to kick things off. Round one's category was food and drink. Sarah gave the wheel a powerful spin, and it landed on a $2,500 wedge. She called a T, and there were two of them. $5,000, just like that. She followed it up with an H, but unfortunately, it wasn't there. The turn passed to David. He started cautiously buying an E, then an A. The vowels revealed a lot. He spun and landed on 500. Calling an N, there were three. He was on the board. He then bought an O. The puzzle was becoming clearer, something about a classic dish. David decided to spin again, landing on the express wedge. He decided not to risk it and just called AD. There was one. He then chose to solve, confidently saying, "Grandma's famous meatloaf." That was it. David added a nice sum to his bank, and we were off to a competitive start. Next up was the second toss-up for $2,000. The category this time was person. The letters appeared slowly, and this time it was Chloe who buzzed in with incredible speed. "A true gentleman," she announced. Correct. Chloe got her first $2,000 and control of the wheel for the next round. Round two was the mystery round, and the category was same letter. This is always a fun one. Chloe started things off, spinning and landing on $600. She called an S. Pop, pop, pop. 4 S's appeared on the board. That's $2,400 right away. She bought an E, then spun again, landing on the mystery wedge. The crowd gasped. She had a tough choice. With a good amount of money already, should she risk it for the $10,000? She called a P, and there was one. Now, the big decision. She looked at the board, then at Pat, and said, "I'm going to flip it." The audience cheered. Pat flipped the wedge, and it was the $10,000. Chloe jumped up and down. What a move. She now had over $12,000 in the bank. A tough break, but she was still way ahead. She then bought an I and an O with the letters on the board. She felt confident. Solved spectacular sunset and stunning scenery. Correct. Sarah added to her total, but Chloe was still in a commanding lead thanks to that amazing mystery wedge gamble. Now for the prize puzzle round, always a fan favorite. The category was place, and the prize was a luxurious trip to the Caribbean. Picked up the wild card. His next spin landed on 650. He called an N, another two of those. He bought an A and an E. The puzzle was looking tropical. He spun one more time, landing on 500, and called a C. There it was. He decided to solve. "A charming beachside cabana," he said. crowd went wild. Called for a T. Was it there? No. A devastating miss on the top dollar value. She spun again, landing on 700, and called an S, also two of them. She was building her bankroll back up. She bought an I and an O, then she decided to solve a surprise engagement proposal. That was it. Chloe was back in the game, closing the gap on David. Time was running short. So Pat gave the wheel a final spin for the speed-up round. The category was phrase and consonants were worth 1,000. She then called an N1N, another 1,500. She bought an A, still not enough. She called a Gino G back to David. The board now showed a C, T in the first word, and A and E in the second. The 10-second timer started. David stared at the board. A CT cane. Action lane, he mumbled. The clock was ticking down. Active, .. active plane. 3, 2, 1.